Hello and welcome to CookbooksLive.com. I'm Stephen Freeze, your host. And with me today is Patty Strickland. Welcome, Patty.
Hello.
And you are from the Junior League of Athens, and you are the Cookbook Committee Chairperson.
Yes,
And the title, Beyond the Hedges, From Tailgating to Tea Parties. Can I assume that recipes in this book are going to give you some tailgating recipes and some tea party recipes?
most definitely. That represents pretty much a good population of Athens. You have your tailgaters and you have your tea party goers.
And you have a major university there, I assume that.
University of Georgia.
Okay, great. Wow, I didn't know it was there. And then the tailgate, I think tea parties rather, those are for the old folks that have been around in Athens for quite a while, I guess.
I wouldn't call them old folks, but definitely you have your native Athenians that aren't necessarily the tailgaters, and it's very diverse.
And this is the second book that the Junior League has produced.
That is correct. The first book was A Taste of Athens in 1964, which did really, really well then. So almost 50 years later, we decided to try it again.
Wow, and you've sold that on the first...
This particular printing, we have just a few hundred left.
Wow, and the original was sold out, you told me. Wow, and you can only find one on eBay.
That's the only one I could find.
Okay, so for those people that want the first one, they're going to have to do quite a search.
You may have to search.
Well, I've searched for cookbooks all over the place, tag sales and flea markets, and you name it, they sure are. And I looked through the book, and I tell you, one of the recipes, which I'm definitely going to make, and what intrigued me about it was the title, and that's the A to Z bread, and that's on page 68. And on a little sidebar, and by the way, the sidebars in this book are super. Just about every recipe has an interesting little tidbit, a little history perhaps of Athens. Let me read this one to you. A to Z refers to the option of using anything that appeals to you, from diced apples to grated zucchini. It also makes a wonderful cake, particularly with pumpkin and cream cheese frosting. Sweet or savory, this bread earns an A+. And in the ingredient list, it's got flour, salt, baking soda, cinnamon, baking powder, eggs, oil, sugar, and this is the part that got me. 2 cups of A to Z mix. If using something sweet, reduce the sugar to 1.5 cups, 3 teaspoons of vanilla, and a cup of chopped nuts. So in essence, you can use whatever stuff is hanging out in that fridge or pantry.
I do enjoy this recipe. That also, it gives you a little bit of a hint to Athens and its population. I think most of them are very just practical people, so it's whatever you happen to have on hand, and that's what you kind of make, and you can serve it at the tea party.
Excellent. And another thing I wanted to share with the viewers on page 204. And on page 204, what we're going to find over here is, we've heard of Mississippi mud pie. Well, this one here is called Georgia mud pie. And the sidebar here says, folks from Mississippi will tell you that it is always called a Mississippi mud cake. But if you look through cookbooks for recipes for mud cake, you can never find any agreement among them. They include anything from cherry pie filling to coconut to crushed pineapple. So we feel comfortable defining a mud cake as a dessert from the American South that includes chocolate. So I guess the Georgia version is the Georgia mud cake will work. And then another one that I wanted to share with the viewers is on page 10. That has to do with one of the alcoholic beverages. Okay, the tailgating part. And the story behind this one is quite interesting. And it's called Terry Wingfield's Famous Heavenly Tiddlies. Local resident Terry Wingfield has always been known for his kind nature and generosity. To him, we owe our gratitude for sharing this, until now, secret recipe for his heavenly tiddlies, which he invented and has been making for friends and family for over 30 years. This recipe has become a true classic among Athens residents. So there's a little history, 30 years. This gentleman finally gave you the secret ingredient, or the secret recipe rather. And then the other item that I wanted to share with the viewers is towards the back of the book on page 237, you actually give suggested menus using the recipes. And the Taylor Grady Tea Party. What is Taylor Grady? You told me that earlier.
Taylor Grady House is where the Junior League of Athens is housed. It is on the National Register, and it's Taylor and Grady, two different people, were one of the first residents of Athens way a long time ago. So we really, really enjoy this house. It has recently gone under an extreme renovation that was slightly before my time with the Junior League, but it's a great place.
And it looks like you can prepare a great tea party there. Russian tea, creamy mocha punch, cheese wafers, game day party pleasers, caprice tartlets, sweet potato biscuits, banana tea bread, Krista's favorite chicken salad, and white chocolate cranberry oatmeal cookies. So it gives you the various recipes. It sounds like it. And the other one is on page 236, which is, I believe, the tailgate menu. Old-fashioned Bloody Mary, Sanford slush, bulldog salsa, BLT dip, Cajun shrimp, cream cheese, and amaretto spread, easy fall salad, Garrard's homecoming chicken, grilled pork tenderloin, grown-up magic cookie bars, Esther's lemon squares, dog chow, that sounds like an interesting recipe, and classic chocolate chip cookies. So there are lots of other ones that give you some ideas as to how you can have a fun theme type of a menu. So where can one purchase this beautiful book, Beyond the Hedges?
You can purchase this wonderful book, Beyond the Hedges, at our website, thejuniorleagueofathens.org.
I want to thank you for joining me today here for cookbookslive.com. I'm Stephen Fries.